Swifties, the countdown is on. 2 weeks and 1 day, Taylor Swift is set to perform 6 sold-out shows right here in Toronto. Now, our next guest, who is a Swiftie, of course, is here to help us get into our Eras Tour spirit.
Yeah, she's carefully curated Taylor Swift-inspired accessories based on some of the pop star's most influential eras. Here to break it all down for us is the Kit's shopping editor, Renee Say. Good to see you. Thanks for coming.
Thank you so much for having me
back.
Okay, listen, we need to go with Taylor Swift 101.
Yes.
Someone is going, what is this Eras? What does this all even mean? What is the Eras Tour all about?
Okay, so I'm also going to the show. I stayed away from the concert movie, but I brought there may be 2 Swifties who have gone to the concerts that are in the studio, and they have told me, they've told me there's about 45 to 46 songs that are grouped into 11 eras, AKA her studio albums. Oh. So each album has a different sound, has a different style. It was very, very difficult for me to narrow down 11 eras into 5 today. But I tried my very best to make sure some of the items, some of the fashion products are, they can go to different eras. You can work them into different eras, and they go beyond just the concert. So if you're not a Swiftie, that is okay. You could wear these for fall.
Because I'm still trying to wrap my brain around what you're talking about. I'm like, what, 11 eras? What are you talking about?
Yes.
All right, so let's start with the first era. It's the red era. That's this section, right?
Yes, so this was her, if I had to put a season to it, it's very fall. It's a very fall album. This was a time when she was moving away from country music. She was kind of experimenting with rock and pop.
Gotcha.
Red is a very easy way to just incorporate that into your outfit. So we're gonna start off on that side. We have a Majuri heirloom ring in garnet. Now, this is a very special ring because actually Taylor owns this ring, and she's been sported wearing it at the Kansas Chiefs game,
shoot,
the AFC. So that's a very statement ring, and it's beautiful. Now, if you want something a bit like minimalist, daintier, I brought some Majuri birthstone gems, which also work to the color of that era if you want to represent that era at the show.
Okay. Love that.
Yes. All right.
Okay.
So what do we have next?
So,
can I say 2 words?
Yes.
Jake Gyllenhaal? I know what I'm talking about.
What does Jake have to do with that?
She's going to tell you.
So the lore of Red Scarf may or may not be about Jake and
her relationship with him.
Maybe.
Remember she dated him?
Yeah, I remember. He was like Little Red Riding Hood. I don't understand.
Just listen to the song, her 10-minute song, All Too Well, and I think it really explains it. And you'll see in this video, Sadie Sink, maybe her wears this red scarf.
Gotcha.
So this is from Uniqlo, and it's a souffle, and it's really light, it's really chunky. It's really great to wrap yourself in for those November shows. Very easy way to incorporate it.
Okay, and last we have the red shoes.
Yes, so these are Converse Chuck Taylors from Essence, and she is a big fan of Chucks. You've seen her wearing them, and then this is just an easy color just like, hey, I'm part of the era, red era. These are the shoes.
I love the platform. Okay, quickly, let's get into personally my favorite era, Reputation era.
No idea. I love that.
My favorite.
So Reputation is one of the 2 albums that she still have yet to reclaim and make it Taylor's version. And so this is great for the sultry, the edgy girls out there who want to like lean into that. So I brought a lot of snake motifs because that is just coded. It's just coded Reputation. Okay. So these are the statement earrings from Aldo.
Those are great earrings.
Really
these
fun.
Are great.
Now, if you want something a bit daintier for every day, totally understand. I brought this brand from Blue Boho, and they're a Toronto fine jewelry designer, and they have these wonderful options like these dainty earrings. They have these stackable rings.
Can I try one?
Yes, and you can see it has a
little
also the serpent. So it's great to like stack on to your everyday.
It's really pretty.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cute.
Now, snake print is also it's trending for fall as well. So I brought this beautiful option from Reformation. This is their mini Rosetta bag. It has a magnetic closure, so you can fit all your essentials in there. And then last but not least, we've got some Chelsea boots from Sorel, and they're waterproof. So great for November shows in case it rains and snows.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got these 2 eras. We have 3 more eras to get to, so let's move on over. This is Taylor's Love era.
Lover.
Lover. Sorry, Lover. Can you tell I'm not?
No, that's why we're here. That's why we're here.
So let's dig into the significance of this one.
Yes, this is one of my favorite albums. It's a love letter to love, basically. Lots of pink, lots of blue. Think cotton candy skies.
Gotcha.
And heart shapes. So easy way is with these Walmart George
these are so
sunglasses.
cute.
And they're heart shaped. Perfect for summer, perfect for those.
We're cute.
Very cute.
So cute. You ready?
Okay, now I'm a Swiftie.
Yes, you are.
Swiftie-ish.
Yes. And another great way is heart-shaped earrings. So I brought these hoop earrings. So if you're not into hearts, that's fine, but it's kind of like asymmetrical, so, and it's for every day. It's great.
Yeah.
Pandora is also very known for their charms, and as you know, you're probably getting ready with those friendship bracelets. Elevate those friendship bracelets with some charm bracelets like this one from Pandora. And then I also brought this beautiful stack from Lisa Galzin, which is a Toronto designer.
That's really nice.
Easy motifs, like some heart ones. Now there's one that with a 7. This is the 7th album. So that was a nod to that. And the dice is from a lyric from my favorite song, Cruel Summer, Devil's Roll of Dice. So this is
one of
an
those
option
Easter
there.
eggs always talking
A
that
little
she's
Easter egg,
dropping all the
little
time.
Easter
But we're
egg.
not giving these ones away at the concert. We're
And
not.
If you want a bag option, this is from IE, and this is a Korean accessories brand from Canada that I love. Pink option, and I brought a silver option in case you want to dabble in another era. But so fun,
I'm
right? It has a
sifting
nice-
up.
Okay, 2 eras left and
Sorry.
2 minutes left. Let's get from Lover era
can do this.
to Midnight.
Let's do
Midnight.
it.
So this album is inspired by 13 Sleepless Nights, and an easy way to incorporate this is with celestial motifs, midnight color, like midnight blue and silver. So I brought this beautiful brand from Cara Yu, and she's a Vancouver jewelry designer, and she just recently launched a Celeste collection. So some jewelry options there, some hair clips from IE, like fun to just like put it in your hair, and a bag option from H&M. Now this is really, it has a
very
it's really
Taylor.
fun. Put your phone in there, put your card essentials, and you're good to go.
Good
And I
for
love how
one of
it's
the
a shooting.
concert. That's all you
So
need to carry.
cute.
One last option for shoes. Michael Kors silver knee-high shoes. Taylor loves her knee-high boots and over-the-knee boots, so this is a beautiful one. Wear it with a mini skirt, wear it with a dress to show them off.
Oh, yeah. Just like a
cute.
blazer. That's hot. All right, so last but certainly not least, it's the Taylor Swift universe is the Tortured Poets
Yes.
Department era. Walk us through this one.
Yes, this is her latest album. She described it as an anthology of opinions and sentiments from a very, very specific time. And I drew inspiration from her music video, lots of satin, lots of velvet, lots of bows, lots of pearls. So brought that all into the accessories. So we've got these wonderful necklace options from H&M. These ones are a little bit more statement, I know, but if you don't want anything too statement, we've got this really cool edgy pearl silver chain necklace
like
there.
that one.
This one is a really great evening bag option from a Bronze Age, which is a Canadian brand. I love how it has this like really cute bow detail.
Cute.
Nice.
This is a kind of a pocketbook style velvet top handle bag from Veronica Beard.
I like
You could
that.
put your love poems and love letters in there, I
Of
feel
course.
like. And as you can see in her tour, she wears these white boots. And I brought an option from Aldo, and these are leather, stretchy sock boots that are great for you to take from day to night.
Fantastic.
You
I feel
did
like I've got
that.
all my Swiftie
See, you're
information.
good.
I'm
You're
ready for
in.
the tour.
Renee, thank you for getting us tour ready.
I'm really happy to.
Are you ready for it?
Yes. I'm talking about the Taylor Swift takeover that's happening next week, thanks to the pop star making a few Canadian stops on her Epic Eras tour.
So if you were lucky enough to get your hands on tickets, and even if you didn't and you are having like a Taylor Swift themed party, the next big decision is what to wear. So here with How to Style Your Glam for the big night is makeup artist Jacqueline Forbes. Welcome back, Jacqueline.
I'm so excited.
So what do we need to know when it comes on deciding for our own look when it comes to the Eras Tour?
For sure. Taylor's concert culture is strong. The outfits, the makeup, the glam, it's very important. And there's lots of eras to pick from. So I figured we could kind of go through some and make some fun looks inspired by them.
Can we start with yours?
Oh.
Because you're doing an era. Are you doing the red era?
I am, good guess.
Okay.
I'm doing the red era. Taylor is known for her eyeliner, her lip, but I know you have eras on as well. I think, Cynthia, do you have midnights? A little like
so it's
dark, smoky?
smoky, purpley eyes. So I
Yes.
put that on my eyes today.
Love that. And Jess, I think you have Speak Now, another era of Taylor's.
Oh my God, guys, it's a big day for me. I'm wearing eyeliner.
Yes, you are. We're all just gonna be demoing our looks, closing our eyes.
Oh my God, that's how you do it, right?
For sure.
Okay, so we're gonna move on to, I think, a Taylor classic, which is the sharp cat eye. And you're gonna take us through some eras. First up, you're gonna walk us through the look inspired by Taylor's Fearless era. That is on Destiny.
For
Are we
sure.
here yet?
Let's head into Fearless.
Amazing.
Wow.
Okay.
Fearless. I love this. You're gonna do this right. Okay, go.
So Fearless is a more OG era. The album art for this is gold, super warm tone. Obviously, we have a model that has amazing hair, just like Taylor's, which works out perfect. So I figured we'd really play into that and do a fun gold foiled look. What do you think?
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Let's do it.
Okay, so this is more of an editorial take, but again, the concert's the perfect time to kind of amp up your look and do something a little more elevated. So I have these really fun gold foil leaflets here. Now these are kind of crazy. They'll like blow away in the wind. You can put them anywhere on the face. So what we're gonna do for Destiny here, we have some eyelash glue. You can use any like water at home, any makeup activator. I'm just gonna put this all over the lid here.
Whoa.
And the best part about this is the more messy and not symmetrical it is, the cooler it actually works out. So you can take some of the gold foil, and this is where it might get a little crazy. We're gonna literally start to layer it and piece it on.
This feels like a really creative thing to do.
This feels very high fashion. This is giving photo shoot, but what's really cool is that it's actually 3D. So if you turn your head a little bit over here, you can see we've got some amazing texture. In the concert lights, it's really gonna make an impact. And again, the more you kind of move and live in it, the more it will evolve as the night goes on.
Oh my God.
I gotta ask, so like, not just concert lights, but concert heat.
Yep.
How can we make sure that this look stays on for the whole night?
That's very real. I've been known to cry at a concert, so learning how the makeup lasts can be tricky. I'm definitely a fan of a setting spray. You can kind of put that all over the face and think of it like a hairspray for the entire makeup.
Okay.
But especially with the gold foil, although it can go on your lips or anywhere else, I think sticking to the eyes for this is gonna be a bit more long lasting and take you through the full 3-hour show. So
I think this is fabulous.
This
I
is
want to
really
try
great.
that.
Really?
I really do. I just think it's so creative.
I love it.
Destiny,
So
you look
great.
beautiful.
Thank
you
you,
so much.
Destiny.
So the Reputation era is up next. So Jacqueline, we've got Chin here, ready to be transformed. What do we
Come on
need
up.
to know about the Reputation?
I went to this concert, by the way.
did? Oh,
I
so
did,
you know.
and I met Taylor at that concert. I did.
Casual?
Yeah, I did.
Casual?
Yeah, but it was an amazing concert. So yeah, tell us about this look.
Okay, so Reputation, it's all about the dark, vampy, leading into her edgier side. So you can see we've gone for a smokier eye here. But of course, snakes is the theme of the Reputation era. So what we're gonna do is use some colored rhinestones. So what we actually have going on here is this epic snake detail. So I've got a little bit to finish up here. I figured I don't have time to do the full snake on camera, but I'm just doing little dots of eyelash glue, just like that. I hope I don't eyelash glue your
give us
hair.
an idea of how you did the whole thing.
For sure. So what I'm actually doing is taking these rhinestones. I've got like a little wax pencil here, which is actually the best hack to pick up a rhinestone because you know these things can be tedious.
Yeah.
And then we're just gonna go boop and pop that into place.
I love it.
And you can kind of create any design you want. I loved, the beautiful shape of using her brow bones and using almost like the contour of under her eye. I thought it really played into a nice snake detail. You could extend your eyeliner. You could throw the snake down the face, but I think the eye's a really fun place to start.
This is beautiful.
Yeah, it's so great. Okay, but I feel like if maybe I was doing a snake detail on my face, the temptation would be to do more of a neutral eye. But you've done a real bold look here.
For sure. I wanted the focus to be on the eyes. My normal rule of thumb, I'm right in your mindset there, that I don't like to do too much. It can be distracting. Although I will say, the Taylor Reputation era is about being bold. So you could pair it with a bold lip. For today, though, I think more of a neutral, understated lip will make sure that the focus stays on the snake. What do you think?
So
Love it.
great.
That's exciting.
Okay. So last but not least today is the Lover era. And so we've got cute Francina here. So Jacqueline, talk about, I love this already. Talk about this era and what you have planned for it.
Oh my God.
So Lover is all about light, airy, sherbet sorbet color. So we've really leaned into the beautiful kind of pinky tones here. If you see on our eyes, we've got some beautiful iridescent kind of mermaidy colors. But I wanted to play into the actual Lover era by doing hearts. Now, of course, this can kind of be overdone. So I figured we'd lean into Taylor's Blank Space song and do a blank space heart. Let me show you, it's really cool.
Oh, cute reference to the
This is
song.
all new to me, guys, so that's why I'm so excited. I just learned about the eras.
Oh,
This is so cool.
We've got a lot we can culture you on. We can keep it going. So
She's been too busy with Bob Dylan. Let's know what's going on. Go on.
I don't know what that is a reference to, but okay. So what we're gonna do with this one is literally use stickers from the dollar store. It doesn't get easier than this. So you can see I've already done some hearts on this side. I did 2 different sizes. On this cheek, we're just gonna do 1 heart here. And we're gonna literally stick it to the skin.
Okay.
Stay with me here, stay with me. And we're gonna ombre some fun blush colors. And basically this is gonna create the outline for the heart, and we're gonna remove it after, and you're gonna see you get this really cool look. If you wanna turn to the side there, perfect.
Oh my gosh.
So take some nice pastel kind of spring colors, and we're gonna start to layer. So the lightest color will go all over. You don't have to be very particular with this.
Okay.
Then deeper color, tighter around it. This will kind of create a bit of a halo.
Yeah.
And then at the very end, I'm gonna go in with a slightly, oh, I've got rhinestones everywhere. This is very Taylor. Rhinestones everywhere. An even deeper shade to make sure that outline pops.
I see.
And then the big reveal. Are we ready?
Yep.
3, 2. Oh, there we go.
This is beautiful.
Really
Jacqueline,
cool.
This might be a wild question.
Uh-oh.
But can you incorporate 2 eras together? Like, this is the lovers era. Like, if you could, would it be too much to add like another era?
So I feel like some eras do have crossover. Maybe you could do like 1890. I'm going backwards. 1989.
You sound like me.
I know my eras. 1989 mixed with red. Or you could do like Lover, maybe mixed with a bit of Fearless. It can get a bit much, so I would say stick to one era and commit to it. But I've also seen epic costumes of people doing her costumes on stage with a certain era. So there's really no rules. The concert is the time to go full out. So pick 5 eras, pick 1 era. Either way, it's gonna make sense for the show.
Jacqueline, this was so much fun.
Okay,
Thank you so much. I think we should see the models all one more time. Come back here.
One more.
Taylor Swift is known for many things, like her obsession with the number 13, her love of her cats, and her impeccable baking skills.
So today we're celebrating the pop star by giving some of her favorite recipes a try. Here to teach us how to bake it off, like Taylor Swift, is Swiftie superfan Gavin Knoll.
Welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
And I am so excited because it feels like your 2 worlds are colliding today. You're a baker, you're a Swiftie, and here we are. This is glorious. So give us some insight into Taylor the baker.
Yeah, so I'm absolutely thrilled, as always, to be here talking about 2 big passions of mine. In my red era.
You got it, nailed it.
So Taylor, as we know, when she's not touring or producing albums, she is an avid baker. She's constantly online doing shout-outs to chefs, to other bakers, to foodies that she loves and supports. She bakes for Travis and his team, the Kansas City Chiefs. She bakes for her celebrity friends.
Yeah.
And actually recently, I'm not one for gossip, but Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes, I believe, has gone on record saying that, you know, Taylor and his daughter Sterling, who's 3, have been bonding over baking. And it was really, really cute.
Yeah,
That is
so good.
So sweet. So I do want to get into some of Taylor's favorite recipes, starting off with the sweet treat she's most famous for. She even posted a really cute handwritten recipe on Tumblr back in the day. So tell us about her chai sugar cookie.
Sure, yes. In the days of Tumblr, does anybody actually remember that?
I never used it.
So Taylor posted a handwritten recipe, which was a huge hit with fans, and is based on a recipe by Joy the Baker. It's a sugar cookie, which Taylor tweaked by adding some of her own ingredients to it.
Can I put it in my mouth?
Work away. I've not. So basically, Taylor tweaked it. It's a basic sugar cookie recipe, but she tweaked it by adding some chai tea leaves. So basically, a chai tea bag, open it up, put it into the mix, and finish it off with an eggnog glaze. Her own words, and I think this was doing the rounds maybe in 2014, is that it's like having Christmas in September.
It really is. It's got that, those nice, like, like cinnamon, clovey.
It's that warm, spice feeling.
notes. Yes. Okay, back in 2020, Taylor posted this photo with the caption, "When you're proud of your buns, so proud of your buns that you post them on the internet." So that she recently made a specific cinnamon roll famous. So how are these buns involved in her love story?
So Travis Kelce has actually gone on record saying that Taylor makes good cinnamon buns or cinnamon rolls. And this recipe here is actually from a favorite haunt of the couples in Kansas. So the restaurant is called The Rye in Leawood, I believe, in Kansas. And it's where the couple go lots of times, and this is one of their surefire hits. So much so that Taylor was having a girls' night out with Brittany Mahomes, and she ordered these to go as a special treat for all those involved in it. Good?
Yes, please.
Yeah, what makes these so special?
So these are slightly different to the ones served in a restaurant, which are dough-based ones served in a skillet. Again, it's easy to see why they would be a big hit. These are a much more enriched dough. There's lots more butter in it, so they're slightly like a pastry.
Yeah.
Great thing about these is you can make them ahead, store them uncooked and unglazed in your freezer, take them out, pop them in your oven, fantastic cinnamon
easy.
rolls to go.
Oh my God, that's incredible.
That's a hot tip right there.
Another thing that Taylor, the baker, is known for is her homemade Pop-Tarts. I've never actually had an original Pop-Tart, never in my life, so I want to try yours for sure. And they may have caused some bad blood with the Chiefs head coach. So what is the story behind that?
So yes, as I mentioned, Travis said that Taylor makes good buns. The other thing he said is that, moving on, avoiding that one, she makes good Pop-Tarts. And these have been such a hit that she made them one time for the football team. However, the head coach, Andy Reid, missed out on them. He has got some serious beef with Tay-Tay at this stage.
Okay.
Oh my God. And this is, of course, a lot of you are going to know this story, this smart marketing ploy that the toaster pastry brand, actually asked her to release the recipe. They took out a full-page ad in the Kansas City Star.
Come on.
And the Kansas City, and they posted it on Instagram. So it read, to KC's most famous fan, we heard there's a Pop-Tarts pastry, your version, and in its honor, we're donating to Harvesters, a local Feeding America partner food bank. But if you release the recipe, we'll double our donation. So did she?
As of yet, it is unverified. However, Swifties, being the super sleuths that they are, have done some deep diving and background checking. And as I mentioned, Taylor is constantly referring to specific food chefs and bloggers. And they reckon this recipe, which is the one you have here, is from New York Times food site, where they have a recipe for Pop-Tarts.
Okay.
It is incredible.
It's as good as Tay-Tay.
So good. Okay, so next up we have these oatmeal chocolate chip cookies from the Food Network's Anne Burrell. And Taylor actually tweeted at Anne back in the day saying that discovering these cookies was, quote, a real turning point in my life. Like, wow, dramatic. A powerful cookie. So tell us about these.
So yes, these are indeed life-changing cookies, I can say that. Like I said, she is constantly giving shout-outs. If she finds a recipe that she likes, she will give that person that credit. Hi, Taylor, I'm still waiting. And these are really good oatmeal chocolate chip cookies. So they're a traditional cookie made with creaming your butter and sugar, adding in your wet ingredients, and then your walnuts, chocolate chips, and there you go. It's fantastic.
And a little bit of salt in it, too.
A little bit of salt. There's a good thing about it. Anne Burrell recommends that when you take them out of the oven, sprinkle them with the salt straight away, and that helps it stick. So you get to that salty, sweet combination.
Really
So
good.
good.
So good.
I do want to talk about another cookie. There's another chocolate chip cookie recipe that Taylor is known for, and this one might be a little bit more in style right now since it's made with the trendiest fall ingredient, pumpkin. So tell us about this recipe.
So these are pumpkin chocolate chip cookies, and yes, along with the chai ones, they're another one that Taylor is really known for. Like I said, when Tumblr was around, she was really active on that, and fans would always ask her, where did you get the recipe, or could you give me a recommendation for a recipe? This recipe, in Taylor's words, is pretty solid. That's a recommendation if ever there was one. So they're by Food Network chef called George Duran, and basically it's a pumpkin chocolate chip cookie that you make. They're spongy, so they're not like a traditional
soft.
cookie.
Yes.
They're not crispy and hard. They're quite spongy and cakey.
Okay, let's quickly do the last one, which is a berry pavlova that she made in 2014 for Ina Garten. And it looks like this one might be so delicate. Tell us about it.
Isn't it? So yes, this is an Ina Garten recipe that Taylor loves. It came about because a food magazine did an interview article where they paired celebrity icons. So this was a music icon giving their recommendation, or their hero.
Yeah.
And Taylor chose Ina Garten. They spent the day basically bonding over food, boys, diet, and whiskey sours. What better way to spend the day, really?
Perfect day.
You know?
I hope that's your afternoon. It's perfect. Gavin, thank you so much for this incredible Taylor baking tutorial. From tour costumes to red carpet looks and streetwear, our next guest has spent over a decade documenting Taylor Swift's fashion choices, identifying each and analyzing everything she wears.
Yeah, and the Canadian's wildly successful blog turned new book, Taylor Swift Style, takes you on a journey from Swift's earliest days as a country singer to the world's biggest pop star. So here to tell us more is fashion writer and best-selling author, Sarah Chappelle. Thank you so much. Appreciate it so much.
Well, Sarah, let's start with, you taking us back to the beginning. How did your style analysis of Taylor start?
Yeah, so my book, Taylor Swift Style, actually shares a name with my blog, Taylor Swift Style, which I started in October 2011, which is 13 years ago. Yeah, and I started it when I was a journalism student back in Vancouver, and I really wanted to take a deep dive offering like context and commentary on Taylor's fashion. And really the blog represented a Venn diagram of the things that I was most interested in and most passionate about. I've been a fan of Taylor since 2006, so I've always loved her music. I was pursuing a degree in journalism, and as a young woman, I was really trying to figure out, my identity, and fashion is a really great method of expression and exploration of who we are. And so I put all of those things together, and I made a blog, and now I have a book.
Okay, so there are so many fashionable pop stars out there. So what was it about Taylor in particular that captured your attention?
Yeah, I think what has captured Taylor's attention for me and for a lot of fans is her, true authenticity and emotional resonance. I deeply relate to Taylor's music. I could give you, a chronological timeline of my love life by telling you what Taylor song I related to at a point in my life, and I'm sure that many of the people here can as well. And so we deeply relate to Taylor's lyrics, and she's put so much of herself and all of these personal details that Swifties love to pick up on in her music that she's also, by counterpart, put just as much attention and just as much care in this visual legacy that she has crafted fashion-wise. And I've always said that her music and her fashion are like two sides of a locket, where she uses both as like these communication tools that she most effectively wields to tell her emotional story. They're two halves of the same story, and they really kind of come together to bring forth, her visual brand to the world.
That was so
Wow.
good. Oh
Yeah,
my God,
thank
I love
you.
that.
Very articulate. I wrote a book.
In this book, you know what you're talking about. In this book, you cover 10 of Taylor's albums, alongside like her journey with the music, alongside, of course, the fashion. But you've narrowed it down for us today to 3 eras.
Yes.
And they have been the most significant in terms of her style evolution, starting with her debut era, which makes sense.
Yeah, so starting from the beginning, Taylor Swift origin stories is that when she was like really coming onto the scene, when you're kind of breaking through as a debut artist, your first job is an elevator pitch of like who you are as an artist. And of course, Taylor did that very effectively with her music, but she also gave us an elevator pitch like visually through the clothes that she was wearing. So she would wear a sundress plus cowboy boots, and that kind of communicated to the world that she was a teenage country singer. So without even listening to any of her music, you just took a look at her, clothes that she was wearing, and it immediately told you exactly who she was.
Wow.
I love
Okay.
that.
Yeah, and so the next significant era that you call out is 1989, which is one of my favorite Taylor Swift eras.
A pop girly.
Oh my God, I love a good pop girly. So why was this so significant for her?
Yeah, so as Taylor shifted away from country music and started, becoming the pop phoenix supernova that we see today, she shifted away from those cowboy boots and sundresses to really embrace the power of the matching set. So she would wear a crop top and a matching skirt. And this is a uniform that she could repeat over and over and over again, but change the colors, change the patterns. But it created this visual iconography that so many of us can still recognize a decade later as being very recognizable to that time period in her life. And that's, what if I told you none of it was accidental, right? Like that is intentional.
So lastly, you're saying that Swift's folklore and Evermore eras, they indicated a big style shift as well. In what way?
Yeah, so Taylor, has kind of covered so many genres in her 18 years of being a musician. And the folklore and Evermore eras, which I combined as one chapter in the book, really represented another kind of genre shift in her, discography. And as she shifted toward an indie sound, she also shifted toward an indie aesthetic to correlate and match with it. She would really lean into, these plaid Stella McCartney coats that really brought cottagecore to the masses and gave us all this kind of feeling that we really needed in the pandemic. And this period of time, she also sought to style herself, and that was the first time that she had ever done that in her career. She has a glam team, she's a stylist, a hairstylist, a makeup artist, but during the pandemic, so as not to endanger her team, she sought to style herself. And I think, we saw that with her kind of more demure kind of hair, more demure makeup, which I think really suited the time period that we were all in, you know, sweatpants and pajamas. Likewise, I think one of the most iconic pieces of clothing from that time period, which she also calls out as the lead single for Folklore, was Cardigan. And I think that at the time we all really needed to be wrapped in something cozy and comforting and warm. And again, that's not an accident. That is a very intentional thing that gives you an immediate feeling, right?
Yeah.
Like you feel that in her music and you also see that through her clothes. And those are important messages that she's using her fashion and her music equally to communicate.
Wow.
Well, the detail you go into in breaking down some of her looks is so detailed that, like, I think it would probably surprise some of the people in this audience and some of the biggest Swifties out there. Can you give us one of these examples?
Yeah, so in my book, I really try to go deeper than just Taylor wears this designer. I really try to offer, you know, based on having been a fan for as long as I have, having a journalistic background, offering more context, more commentary, more analysis. Taylor's, you know, music and discography is so deep and so rich in text that there's a lot there to decipher. And one thing that I think a lot of people are surprised to take away from is that in Taylor's earliest days, she would actually be styled by the wife of her then former label head, and we would see that come up.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's very, I think it surprises a lot of people how very in the family that time period of her life was, which I think kind of underscores the deep semblance of pain of how, you know, the fallout from that occurred to her, because it felt like, you know, a deep personal family wound. But Sandy Spicco was responsible for a lot of like the prom dress, corseted, shiny, like dresses that she would wear in her earliest days.
Honestly, listening to you is so fascinating. Thank you so much for joining us today. We're so happy that you're here. So Taylor Swift's Style is out now, so make sure you pick up a copy. And studio audience, you're in luck because you're all going home with your very own copy.
So Taylor Swift is about to wrap up the biggest grossing tour of all time right here in Canada.
So we've all seen the headlines of the millions and billions of dollars made from the Eras Tour, but here to break down the Swiftonomics of it all is music journalist Emily Hanscom. Emily, welcome back to the show.
Okay, Emily, break it down for us. What exactly is Swiftonomics?
So we know that Swifties are capable of causing the seismic activity of a 2.3 magnitude earthquake. Right? They did that last year in Seattle, but their economic impact bears a lot of conversation as well. I mean, since launching this Eras Tour, it's the first tour to ever gross $1 billion. The economic impact is so significant. We've got a term for it. It's Swiftonomics. We're going to get into it today.
Oh my goodness. Well, let's start with Taylor's personal information. How much money is she taking home?
Well, so she hasn't shown me her pay stub, but Forbes recently placed her #2 as the richest musician in the world. She is the #1 richest female musician in the world. They estimate her net worth being at around $1.6 billion. Wow. And what I want to add, the caveat, compared to a lot of other artists and musicians on that list, who have side businesses, and that's where their riches come from. Taylor's worth and her financial accomplishments are from her music, her catalog, her streaming deals. So that's a very impressive fact. But also, Forbes estimated that her personal earnings from each one of these shows per night is between $10 and $13 million. Wow. And I'll throw one more figure out there to get our eyes watering a little more. In revenue from merch alone last year, $200 million. So she's doing pretty good.
Okay, so when I hear these figures, I just think of the money that also fans are spending.
Yeah.
So how much is this tour setting people back?
So it might surprise you. It might surprise you to learn that the average Taylor Swift ticket price is $238. Doesn't really match with the prices we're kind of seeing online. That's because those are resale prices. She did not use dynamic pricing for the base level value. That's why that number is lower. Okay. For Canadians, though, when we talk about resale, the picture's not great. Ticket IQ found that for Canadian resale prices of these Vancouver-Toronto dates, they're 225% higher than European dates. Oh. And that our average resale price on those websites is $6,351 US.
Wow.
And I'm gonna throw one more stat at you that blew me away. So usually a concert goer, for every $100 you spend, there's about $300 that you're spending, ancillary spending on, you know, travel, hotel.
Right.
For Swifties, that's $1,300 to $1,500 of side spending. So it's no wonder local economies are getting such a boom, right?
Okay. Oh my gosh, well, let's stick with this local economy boom because it's such a big boom that governments and cities are inviting Taylor, like, please come, because it's boosting their economy so much. Justin Trudeau did it. Yep. So how much of an impact impact is Taylor really having at a regional level?
People think Taylor is gonna save us all. I think the best way to illustrate this is with a few examples. So take LA, she had a 6-show run there. She is estimated to have increased their GDP of LA County by $320 million and added 3,300 jobs as well. The Illinois governor kind of credited her tour to reviving their tourism industry. And more recently in New Orleans, there were 3 shows that are expected to have had an impact economically of $500 million. So
wow,
these are massive numbers.
Okay, so how has the Eras Tour impacted businesses in particular?
I love this because it's nice to remember that local international businesses are capitalizing off of this as well. So there's travel, for example. So there were no tour stops in New Zealand, but there were in Australia. So to get those Swifties back and forth, Air New Zealand had to add 2,000 seats. So there's some cash, for example.
wow.
When it comes to those, those friendship bracelets that you see being exchanged at the shows, very good time for jewelry merchants right now. Walmart Canada has confirmed that they've seen a 250% increase in their jewelry making kit sales.
Oh, wow.
And ahead of the show tomorrow, Michael's, a craft store here, has seen a 300% increase. So it's amazing.
Wow.
But there's also these local businesses that we're seeing get really creative. We're seeing Taylor Swift themed ice cream. We're seeing sushi reputation rolls. We're seeing cat cafe parties. I mean, it's so nice to remember that, yes, there are these billionaires that are part of this equation, but also local businesses are cashing in.
Good.
So you've talked very eloquently about Taylor's influence of economics around the world, but what do you think is going to happen to Toronto?
So we are expecting around 240,000 concert goers coming through those shows. And in terms of money, we're expecting direct spending $152 million. That's just direct spending. And 93% of that is coming from people who are out of town coming to the city. But it doesn't end there. Even once Taylor leaves the city, it's gonna be a sad day, we're expecting overall $282 million of a Swiftonomic impact here in Toronto. 40 million, which is going to be, things like tax revenue going to be distributed across areas of government. So we can expect a good little boost here as well, even though it'll cost us.
Yeah.
Okay,
it'll eclipse by the profits.
Let's talk about that, though, because obviously it's exciting to have all these tourist dollars coming in, but that could also potentially drive prices up. So is it fair to say that Taylor maybe has inadvertently caused some inflation, too?
Swiftflation, maybe? Yeah. There are some economists are saying that, like in the UK, there were some economists who were attributing their flatlining 2% rate to Taylor Swift. I mean, these are very temporary dips, but if you're a Swiftie in town, you're going to feel it. I just looked at hotels in this example. I looked at a hotel in the area near the arena, $1,100 a night.
Wow.
But if I looked 1 week later, post-Taylor Swift era, it's going to be $225 for that same hotel room.
Yeah.
So this is a very real consequence for all of us here in the city, and that is why we're seeing fans in Vancouver and Toronto exchanging accommodation and tickets. They're trying to find a way around this, which I find a beautiful side of this expensive coin.
I do too. I think it's really touching, but we have time for one last question. I imagine there are still some people who don't have a Taylor Swift ticket. Any words of advice?
The FOMO is really strong right now. I don't know if you feel it. I feel it. I think we all feel it across the country, not just Vancouver, Toronto. If you're going to try to get these last-minute tickets, and yes, there will be last-minute tickets, please just have a budget in mind before you go. Because you're going to get there, the adrenaline's going to be pumping, and you think those ticket prices are going to drop. They're going to stay pretty high. So just know what you want to spend and how much this is really worth to you, because you're all going to the tailgate party. If you're at home, you can buy those tickets for $50. It's going to be an incredible experience. There's so many things going on in these cities around Taylor Swift that can help you enjoy the Swift mania, even if you're not inside the arena. So don't let the FOMO take you out too much. This is a fun time for all of us we can still enjoy.
Great job.
Oh my goodness, you're wonderful.